What's going on, everyone? So today we are looking at another beautiful video. So this video today is, how does German parenting differ from the US? So this video just popped up on my recommended feed, so I thought this would be an interesting one. So guys, let's actually see what we got here today. Let's get it going.
Yes. Why do German children travel to school alone so young? And is it true that German playgrounds are actually built to be dangerous?
Oh,
Let's find out.
That is actually a cool playground. I'm not gonna lie, bro. German playgrounds must be crazy, I must say. I need to watch another video explaining, like, seeing different playgrounds in Germany. If you want to see that, guys, send me a video for me to check out.
Oh.
I wish I had this when I was a kid, honestly.
I first came from the US to Germany to work as an au pair, which is basically a nanny abroad. On the first day, I met my host family, and we all went to the playground together. As their 7-year-old, who would soon be my responsibility, climbed up to the top of this somewhat terrifying-looking playground, the parents asked me to join them for a walk across the park. Shouldn't we ask little Nicholas to come with us? I asked. Oh, him? Nah, he'll be fine up there. We'll see him when we come back, they said. That was my first clue that playtime in Germany is a little different than I was used to in the States. I've since learned—
Like, honestly, I would go on that playground even now, bro. Even now. I mean, that looks like so much fun.
that German parents just tend to be more relaxed about their children than American parents. For example, I was shocked when I first saw kids in Berlin around age 6 or 7 taking public transport to school by themselves.
Wow.
This would never happen where I'm from, but it's pretty
That probably means that, like, Germany is a really safe place, right?
normal here. Unlike American children, German children are not typically watched every second. They're expected to learn life skills early and be independent.
Ich habe immer sie machen lassen, ne? Und wenn sie gesagt hat, nee Mama, ich will das alleine machen, nicht festhalten, habe ich das auch nicht gemacht.
Später wollen sie auch nicht immer bei den Eltern sein, dann wollen sie halt die Welt selber entdecken, dann ist man halt in der Nähe, verfolgt es. Ich meine, gerade das gehört ja zum Großwerden auch dazu. Und dann, sollen sie auch ihren eigenen Weg gehen dürfen.
So-called free-range parenting doesn't exist here in Germany the way it does in the US, because that kind of parenting is just the standard here.
So is Germany really that much safer than the States? Growing up in Ohio in the 90s and early 2000s, I was allowed to run around alone with my friends. Now some of my friends are parents themselves and wouldn't think of letting their kids do that.
So you see the difference there. In the US, I mean, parents don't really let their children go off, like wander around. So yeah, there's a difference there with Germany.
Safety is a big concern for American parents today, especially with all of the frightening headlines about children being abducted.
That is scary though. Like hearing all those news, like myself, I wouldn't let any of like my children go out and play, you know, like being that young. And I don't have children, don't get me wrong, so anyways.
There were around 375,000 reported entries for missing children in the US in
way.
2023.
No way, bro. Is that an actual real number there?
In Germany, it was just over 90,000. Compared to each country's population, though, it works out to be about the same percentage of kids missing.
But in both countries, the chances of a child being abducted by a stranger is actually quite small.
And the person responsible is usually a parent or family member who doesn't have custody of the child.
And in both countries, nearly all missing children are actually recovered. Here in Berlin, I more often hear parents worried about their kids crossing a busy road, or photos of them being posted on social media.
Just chilling on the playground.
So the difference in parenting styles between the two countries does seem to be cultural. It's simply more normal for German parents to let their children out of sight than American parents.
Tori Book, an American living here in Berlin, is adjusting to the German style of parenting after having her first child here.
I think German parents are just a little more relaxed, a little more chill, like less obsessed with, I have to track everything, I have to know everything about my child, where they're doing things, when they did something, and there's a lot more of an attitude of kids will develop the way they develop and we don't need to be so observant and so careful about tracking every little thing.
Tori tries out her German-inspired parenting style on the playgrounds here, which look a little different from what we're used to in the US.
I love German playgrounds. I think they're amazing. Like, I think the problem in the US is we have a very cookie-cutter notion of, like, a playground has to look like this and have these features, and I feel like here the attitude is a lot more, kids are kids. They love to be creative. They love to explore and have different experiences. And so let's give
That's actually a really good design they actually put in the park. Okay, of course the children are going to get messed up, like dirt everywhere. But that's pretty cool. They literally have a fountain running down the rocks and like into the sand. I mean, wow, bro, that is crazy. And you see the children actually going there playing like with
the
the
really
wet
varied
dirt.
playgrounds.
I know what she means. My playgrounds growing up mostly looked like this: colorful, plastic, not too high, no sharp edges. So I was shocked when I first saw German playgrounds, often metal or wooden with more natural features and lots of character and whimsy. Some are downright terrifying, even for me as an adult.
To be honest, the first thought in my American brain was that German playgrounds look like a lawsuit waiting to happen. But I learned that they're actually built with risks involved on purpose. The idea is that children who face risks while playing will learn to better manage tricky situations and thus better manage their adult life later.
In fact,
That's actually smart, bro. I mean, if that's how they came with the whole idea of building these playgrounds, that is really smart. Could be dangerous for sure, but the way of actually thinking and creating this thing, love it.
studies show children who don't face these risks are more prone to
Let me
things
know
like
what you actually think about these playgrounds in Germany as well, compared to the ones in the US. Let me know which ones you would prefer.
obesity, mental health issues, a lack of independence, and a decrease in learning, perception, and judgment skills.
So while Americans tend to build their playgrounds as safe as possible, Germans tend to build theirs as safe as necessary. Even insurance experts in Germany agree. They recommend playgrounds with calculated risks involved, balanced with safety features to promote problem-solving skills. You might think American playgrounds can't look like this because Americans are more likely to sue when their child gets hurt. But actually, despite the stereotype, Americans are less likely to sue than you might think.
Only a small percentage of civil court cases in the US actually involve personal injury, and most of those are related to car accidents.
The difference is Germans are less likely to win millions in a lawsuit against a playground where their child got hurt. That's because the sense of personal responsibility is strong here, and you're expected to accept the risks at the places where you go. But I was really surprised to learn all this, and I have to say, I prefer the German playgrounds. So how does this all compare to your country? Are children also given this much freedom there? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get right on the point. Like for me, I think the German playgrounds are much nicer for sure. I like the way of thinking, as I said earlier. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be seeing you on the next one. Peace out, guys.